Okay, this is the virtual open event for business and AAT courses at Trowbridge. I am recording this event, so if you miss part of it, you can go back and you will be able to watch a recording, or if you miss all of it, you'll be able to go back and watch a recording as well. Okay, so my name is Geoff Witten, and I'm the Deputy Head of Department for Business, IT and Entrepreneurship at Wiltshire College in Trowbridge. Many thanks for joining up with me today for this virtual open event. We're going to cover business and accountancy courses at Trowbridge, and they'll be going to go through all the different course options we have, and hopefully this information will help you when you're coming to make a decision about a course that you may do at Trowbridge. There will be an opportunity to ask questions. I've added 2 email addresses into the meeting chat. One for business queries, which is my email address. My name is Geoff Witten at wiltshire.ac.uk, and also for an AAT contact, Perry Milkins. It is probably best that that you email your queries, because I may run out of time to do questions in the live event. So if I have them on email, I will get back to you later. Okay, so first of all, to meet the 2 teaching teams, the AAT Accountancy teaching team is Perry, Rachel and Howard at Trowbridge. Perry really takes the lead on the part-time provision, and we'll be able to take your queries on email today. Rachel really takes the lead on the full-time provision for AAT, and Howard comes along and does a couple of the specialist modules for us, especially on level 4 that relate to tax, etc. The business team is quite diverse. We've had a little bit of a different year with COVID. So the teaching team is really split across our Trowbridge and Chippenham campuses, and we are having to make some adjustments due to not having cross-site travel. So it's quite a wide team that have taught at business over the last couple of years at Trowbridge. We've got Neil, Glyn, Bruce, Billy, Rich and Pippa, and it's really just to show you some faces, so that if you do join up on the course, you would know who you would see on that course. Okay, next thing we're going to take a look at is the different course options that we have across our 2 main areas. So our 2 main areas in this presentation are business and AAT accountancy. So for AAT accountancy, we have a full-time and part-time provision. So the full-time provision is a fast track, a level 2 and level 3 fast track option. And that means that you can get to a level 3 advanced diploma in accounting in 1 year. So that is a full-time option, and I will show you, a demonstration of what a timetable would look like for a full-time course. For part-time options, these are happening on Monday and Thursday evenings, and also we have some daytime offering for part-time AAT accountancy. So I'm going to show you a little bit more about those in a minute, but we have the foundation certificates in accounting and bookkeeping, and then the level 3 advanced diploma, and ultimately a level 4 professional diploma. Moving on to the business course options that we have, these are full-time course options. So we have the level 2 technical certificate in business administration. So this is a business admin course, a 1-year course at level 2. And we have the level 3 national foundation diploma, extended diploma, which is a 2-year course, and that's more the kind of traditional A-level equivalent, which will give you UCAS points if you did want to go on to university. And we will look at these course options in a bit more detail in a moment. So there's a number of decisions that you've got to make before you decide which course might be correct for you. Would you like to study part-time or full-time? Because especially for accountancy, we do have both options to help support people who are maybe working in the industry already. And one of the most important things is entry requirements. So full-time business courses are going to be different from some subject areas. For example, in construction, everyone would start at level 1 and progress through the levels. But actually for a business full-time course, you can come in at, directly at level 3 if you hold GCSE qualifications that allow you to access directly into that level. You wouldn't need to study level 2 and then level 3. Progression can be provided. So if you are successful at completing level 2, for example, you can then move on to level 3 and keep progressing in the area. Okay, so the entry requirements for the courses on business. So we can see the business level 2, the business admin level 2 course is 4 GCSEs at grade 3 or above to include English and math equivalents or equivalents. So, that's the entry requirement for a standard entry requirement for a level 2 course, is to have your maths and English plus 2 others at grade 3. For the level 3 course, it's 4 GCSEs at grade 9 to 4. So you would need to have your maths and English at 4 or above, and plus 2 others. And that's the same as well for the level 2-3 AAT fast track, the full-time AAT option over 1 year. So that would be 4 GCSEs at grade 9 to 4. So that's English and maths plus 2 others. Now that course does start at level 2, but because it goes on to level 3 in the same year, it is important that you have the entry requirement for a level 3 qualification. Okay, so we're going to look at the course options in a little bit more detail. So first of all, starting with accountancy to show you some of the modules and units that are on these courses. So first of all, to say I'm not going to read all through this information, but for each course, there is a course information sheet online. So if you want to go and read a little bit more or, kind of maybe recap on some of the things that I've gone through, there will be a course information sheet for each of these courses on our website, so that you can go back and read a little bit more if you want a reminder about anything that I've gone through. And this event will also be recorded, so you could watch back as well. Okay, so the AAT level 2 and 3 accountancy. So this is the full-time option for AAT, a 1-year course. Would have a mix of students, some leaving directly from school, some may be joining up from a different pathway after having done something else. So you can gain 2 professional qualifications in 1 academic year. So you're going up to the AAT Advanced Diploma in Accountancy. So the first September to December on the course, you're covering level 2. By effectively January, when you return after Christmas break, you would then move on to the level 3. So you're already qualified to level 2 by January, and then from January kind of through to June, you would then be on the level 3. So the different modules for that course can be seen on the screen. So we've got bookkeeping, transactions and controls. So that's the real fundamentals for double entry bookkeeping. Elements of costing, using accounting software, which is Sage that we use at college, professional product, working effectively in finance, and that closes off the level 2 offering. The level 3 offering would be advanced bookkeeping, and final accounts preparation, management accounting, which covers costing, indirect tax. So this is the law and management around VAT, ethics for accountants, and the use of spreadsheets for accounting. So use of Excel. So you pick up, use of a lot of the different software and technology, and obviously also legislation around the industry. So that is the full-time offering. That's the only full-time offering for the AAT accountancy. If you did want to go on to level 4 after this full-time course, you would need to do level 4 as a part-time offering after this option. Okay, if we look at the part-time options for AAT and accountancy, first of all, we have the level 2. So the entry requirements for this, we would recommend a GCSE grade C, which is the kind of grade 4 or above on the new number system for English and math. That isn't a definite. We will accept people without that, but we would recommend that as a good level, and to give you the confidence that you're going to be okay to study this course. I'm really talking about Trowbridge courses, but we can see that this is actually provided on our different campuses. So we have this at Trowbridge, Salisbury and Chippenham. and you can see that there's different times available. So it's really thinking maybe about what would suit you. So for many people doing part-time, it's about fitting it around maybe some current full-time employment. So when could your employer maybe release you to do this? So we do have some different options on different campuses that may suit you better. Okay. So the units for this are the same as the level 2 units as if you studied it full-time. So it's bookkeeping, transactions and controls, elements of costing, using the accounting software, and working effectively in finance. So as you're doing this part-time, this would be spread over a year. Obviously, if you're doing it full-time, in the fast track option, you're doing it over 3 months, so much more intensive in a full-time course. We also offer a level 2 in bookkeeping, which is really just the bookkeeping transactions and bookkeeping controls units from the main level 2 accountancy. So this is obviously a much smaller course, and we also, provide this really at the start of the accountancy course. So you would be infilling with that group. So if you just needed the bookkeeping for your job, you can do just the bookkeeping kind of modules out of the level 2 and gain a level 2 certificate in bookkeeping. We also offer a level 3 accountancy part-time offering. Again, different campus options across the campuses that you will see on the slide. So entry requirements for this is really that you've completed the level 2 qualification, or that you've completed a prior qualification on bookkeeping from maybe another provider. And if you do have that prior knowledge or prior learning from a different provider, you can complete the AAT skill check, which will make sure you have what you need to be able to progress onto the level 3. So again, the same units as the level 3 if you were doing it as a full-time fast track. So advanced bookkeeping and final accounts, management accounting, indirect tax, ethics for accountants, and spreadsheets for accounting. So it's the same units as if you did it on the full-time fast track option, but this is part-time. And we offer it at different times. So the Trowbridge is either all day on the Monday or Monday afternoon and Monday evening for Trowbridge. We also offer it as a Monday evening and Thursday evening if you could only do evenings at Trowbridge. Okay, our last offering within AAT Accountancy is the level 4, and the level 4 is a professional qualification. We offer this all day in Trowbridge or Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening in Trowbridge. It covers a mix of mandatory units, management accounting, financial statements, and accounting systems and controls. But we also have some specialist unit options, and it does depend what the majority of the group would like to study. So there's different options available, and they would be business tax, personal tax, external auditing, cash and treasury management, and credit management. So you wouldn't be studying all of those options, you would be looking at 2 of those options. Okay, moving into our business course area. So this is really full-time business courses that we're offering at Trowbridge. We have a couple of different options available for full-time at business at Trowbridge. And the first one is the level 2 business administration course. It's important to say that this is business administration. So this is covering the operation of an office in a modern kind of professional environment. So a number of different areas covered within this, but this isn't the level 2 option of the main business course that I'm going to show in a minute. I do want to make clear that this is business administration, so it is about office operations. Let's take a little look at this one in more detail. So yeah, this would include 4 units that everyone will study. Understanding administrative services, and this is a tested unit. So this would be an online on-demand test that would be booked in. You can have multiple attempts at that test if you need it, but it is a test rather than coursework. And then the remaining units on this course are covered by coursework. So we got providing admin services, using business technology to process and communicate information, and planning and organising and supporting business events. So a little bit of a spread across different areas for this particular course. Moving on to the level 3, so this is probably our main business offering at Trowbridge. Is a full-time course, a 2-year course. So unlike the level 2, which is a 1-year course, the level 3 business is a 2-year course. And it's split across 2 qualification titles. So we have the foundation diploma in year 1, and the majority of learners will go on to top up to the extended diploma into year 2. So the foundation diploma covers a number of different units: exploring business, developing a marketing campaign, personal and business finance, managing an event, recruitment and selection, and the English legal system. So this is assessed with 2 different methods: exams or controlled assessments that happen in January and in May, and coursework. So 2 of the units are assessed by a controlled assessment in a timed environment, and the remainder are done via coursework. Your coursework units, you get a submission deadline for your coursework, and there's also an opportunity to resubmit the coursework. So you do get retake opportunities on the exams, and you get resubmission opportunities on the coursework units as well. Moving into the second year, you have the opportunity to top up to an extended diploma. The benefit of topping up to an extended diploma is it gives the equivalent to 3 A-levels in total, and 3 A-levels is what is required to progress on to higher education or university level, which is what makes this course very popular. Obviously a progression route that many will want to keep open for them. So looking at the extended diploma modules or units, we've got international business, principles of management, business decision making, team building in business, visual merchandising, and pitching for a new business. So this is our main offering, and some students that do the on business and some students that do the level 2 business will progress on to the level 3 in business, and others will enter directly onto the level 3 from school, but just keep in mind those entry requirements if that was going to be the route you were going to take. Okay, so thinking a little bit about what a course would look like. So here we can see the timetable options for the part-time courses, so the AAT part-time timetables. So on the left we can see a Monday all day. So this would be what a kind of all-day course would look like. So we have a big session in the morning and then another session in the afternoon. There will be breaks in the session, so it isn't all that time in one go. And we can also see, an option for on the right. We can see the level 3, and this time it's as an evening course option. So you can see you've got 2 evening slots, one on the Monday evening and one on the Thursday evening. So this is looking at the part-time options that we have for AAT. A full-time timetable. So if we take a look at a full-time timetable, so this would be, it's actually an IT example, but it would be very similar for business. So this is a BTEC full-time timetable. So on a BTEC course, you are, on any full-time course, you've actually got a mixture of things happening on the timetable. So the orange slots would be the business classes. Obviously, they might be in a slightly different order for your specific class, but this is just indicative of the sort of thing you would be covering. So yeah, the orange slots would be business classes. So obviously, the majority of your timetable is dedicated to the main subject on the course. But there are also opportunities to potentially retake. So if you are an exceptional entrant, we do consider some exceptional entrants who may need to retake an English or Maths class. Now that would be on an individual case basis, but we can look at doing that, especially maybe for progressing students. That could be the case. So we do provide an option if you do have to retake a English or Maths class. There's also a tutorial slot. So you are assigned a personal tutor on the course, someone which is outside of the main teaching team, and we'll have a little think about that again in a moment. And there's also some directed study opportunity, which is the kind of pink colour there. So the directed study is an opportunity to do some coursework at college. So a mixture of things going on the course, and also you'll notice that there's a couple of days, even on a full-time course, really, this is a good timetable. We've spread that course across 3 days. So there are a couple of days when you aren't in college, and that time is really provided for industry placements and work experience. So there is an expectation to do an industry placement. Industry placement could be up to 2 days a week. So if you are lucky to get an industry placement opportunity, then you could well be actually on a full-time 5 days a week, because you'll be doing 3 days in college and 2 days in your industry placement. We do also look at work experience, which can be a smaller placement. So you may be doing that maybe across one of those days on either the Thursday or the Friday. And some people may have part-time work that they would like to try and fit in. So it is possible to manage a placement, full-time work, or part-time work and a full-time course. Obviously, we wouldn't recommend to take on too much part-time work, because there will be an expectation to do some college work and coursework outside of the main hours. But you do have that directed study time to help you stay on top and manage the workload as well. Okay, so this is just a little bit more detail over some of the things that I've mentioned on the timetable. So for the full-time course options, this is called the study program. And it's what we've just seen on the timetable. So this would be the case for the AAT Level 2 and Level 3 Fast Track, the Level 2 Business Admin, and the Level 3 Main Business course. This wouldn't be the case for the part-time course options. Okay, so it's just thinking about those different elements that I've already introduced. The main program, the main course, English and maths, if you did require a retake, if you haven't hit your grade 4 or above, tutorial, so it's that group tutorial for enrichment topics, and also one-to-one tutorials for pastoral support, the directed study, which is the time to do your own coursework, enrichment and student union, which is provided at the college. Things like sports are still an option which is available to you if that's something you want to be involved with, and also the student union. And then industry placement and work experience that I've mentioned that can take place on the days when you're not on timetable classes. Okay, thinking about some of the resources that we have at the college. A couple of images taken in our classrooms and lab environments. And you can see one of the business tutors, Pippa, talking to some of the business students in one of the photos. So obviously you can't be in with college with us today for the open event. So I thought it was good to see just a couple of the learning environments, so that you can just have an idea about where you might be. So our units are delivered by knowledgeable lecturers with industry experience, and we've got really well-equipped classrooms and labs. We're really have a nice environment for business and IT courses at Trowbridge. Moving on to some of the other resources that we have at Trowbridge. So software, which is obviously important for a course. So you will get an Office 365 subscription as a student. So that gives you the benefit of OneDrive cloud storage. And we use products like Microsoft Teams a lot to help with teaching. And also for the accountancy course, specialist software such as Sage is also available to you, which obviously is going to be very important for those units on the accountancy course. For AAT, we also require some specialist resources. So we work with a company called Kaplan Publishing, who provide books. So there is some additional costs around the AAT courses that I want to make people aware of. So we can see AAT membership is approximately £135, an additional cost that you would need to have. And also the total cost for level 2 and level 3 accountancy books runs to about £350. So there is some additional cost for AAT as a professional qualification, but those books do really support you to gain a successful result. Okay, moving through the last few slides for my presentation this morning. So one thing we're really trying to do is to enable progression. So we tried to help this with support around UCAS and different trips and events. So especially for people who may be leaving the level 2 business admin and looking to get into the workplace. It could be about an apprenticeship day. Maybe you're leaving the level 3 course and you're thinking about university. So you may want to be looking at UCAS application. So we put a lot of support in around UCAS applications, and we try to provide opportunities for events and trips to support your progression onto your next step. The level 3 business course does come with UCAS points. So it can enable progression to HE, as we've said before. So a range of UCAS points available based upon your overall grade that you achieve on the course. And you would see that obviously if you investigated a particular uni, they will show you kind of the UCAS points expectation to move on to their course. Okay, so we are kind of coming towards the end of my time slot for this morning. So just thinking about next steps. So you can apply online at www.wiltshire.ac.uk. I believe there's also going to be links on the event page that you're currently on. So if you do make an application for a particular course, you will be invited to an online interview where we can make you an offer, either a conditional offer if you're still waiting for your, to see if you've met those entry requirements, or it could be an unconditional offer if you already hold the grades required to enter the course. So really just moving along to the end. If anyone's got any questions, thanks very much for listening. If you have any questions, there's a chat function open. We've got a couple of minutes now until the end of this event, but there is a chat function open if you wanted to ask a question. I've also put in email addresses in the chat function. So myself for business queries and Perry Milkins for AAT queries. So please, either ask a question in the chat, or when this event closes, if you do have a question that you'd like to ask, you can email us and we will get back to you. Okay. So that brings me to the end of the event. The event has been recorded, so if you want to watch back, please feel free to do so. And also, if you have any queries or questions that come up, then please send me an email and I will hope to be able to answer your question or get your question to the right person. He will be able to help you. So thank you very much for listening today. Hopefully it will help you to make your decision over which business or accountancy course may be correct for you. And I will remain online for the last minute if there's any queries. Otherwise, great to talk to you, and we hope to see you again on a course in the future. Thank you very much.